Awesome!
Underestimated from day one.
Always.
You never think I was a master of the universe.
Well, thank you.
I'm gonna get medieval on you.
Oh, do I?
Your host.
Hollywood's Motorcycle Madhouse on Spotify and iTunes Radio.
Gentlemen, the King.
Hail to the king.
Cash is king, baby. Cash is king. Just got my new hat over from Bagger Syndicate Cycles, and she's a beauty. Like I said over on the Instagram account, yeah, they got some really good freaking quality hats over there. So get on over to Bagger Syndicate Cycles and get yours, man. Look cool like Hollywood. Today we got a hell of a show, man. The reason why I was gonna do the first part of this show is because I actually was seeing some comments on the internet and stuff about Outlaw Motorcycle Clubs, how they're this and that. Well, I did a little research, and all I had to do was go over to MPP with Double D, and he really lays it down, man, about Outlaw Biker Clubs. So that's going to be a good one. Of course, we got our wall of shame. Hey, is the protest happening by you guys, man? They won't stop over here. They won't stop. It's funny, these leftists were crying about, the COVID-19, but now all of a sudden that's gone. It's all right to go in crowds. No mask, no nothing. Man, the hypocrisy can kill ya. Anyway, let's get on to the show. And here we go, and yes, I'm burnt like a damn lobster. Was out on the bike all day today. I didn't put in any sunscreen or anything. You know what? I'm Italian, so I burn real the first time around. Then after that, it's all tan. But yeah, if you went over to the Instagram, you can see I did some videos of where I was and stuff like that. Anyway, Motorcycle Profiling Project. Don't forget, if you were profiled, get on over there and fill out the survey. This article's by Double D. Yeah, it's an old article, but I think he really hit on a lot of great points here to talk about the truth about Outlaw Motorcycle Clubs. He starts out with the truth about Outlaw Motorcycle Clubs, not the version you see on TV. It's not Sons of Absurdity or Gangland. I love that one. That's what we're going to have to start calling Sons of Anarchy. It's not rape, pillage, and organized crime, but it's not the church choir of the Boy Scouts either. The truth is that self-identified outlaw motorcycle clubs are rebellious, anti-establishment, and very critical of law enforcement and government abuses of discretion. It's funny. I'm seeing all these protests about this one guy, and yeah, he has a history, and there's a lot of autopsies that came out. It could go either way, but one thing is funny. Where was the protest in Waco when the law enforcement officers their actions led to 9 deaths, and yes, they were involved in shootings? So where's the protest from the biker community? Yeah, that was something that we should have been protesting, but as you can see, the mainstream media didn't cover that all too well, and you didn't see anybody out there protesting law enforcement abuse. Sad state of affairs. Motorcycle clubs, including Outlaw Motorcycle Clubs, are also generally dedicated to charity and fundraising for bikers in need. You can see examples of all that on Biker News, or you can see it across mainstream media, how, clubs get involved in charities. And, the Outlaw Motorcycle Clubs or one percenters do get heavily involved in them type of deals. But are they covered? No. Because it don't make mainstream media any money. The entire culture is based on the concepts of loyalty, honor, and respect. Yeah, a lot of that don't happen anymore. If you go, with what's going on the internet and stuff, you just see how that's the window to their soul right there. And a lot of them don't even know what that is nowadays. But yeah, that is what a lot of one percenter clubs are based on. But make no mistake, do not take kindness for weakness. Verbal disrespect will not get you shot, stabbed, or killed. That would require a physical threat to a person or loved one, and most likely in self-defense. However, getting smacked for running your mouth is not outside the realm of possibility. Rock and roll, man. I actually seen that happen one time. Guy was drunk, running off at the mouth, and gets slapped like the punk that he was. Long time ago, but I've seen it happen a lot. Motorcycle club culture has been heavily influenced by veterans returning from war, World War II veterans first, then the explosion of clubs following Vietnam solidified outlaw motorcycle clubs as part of American culture. And you guys hear, I'm an older guy, not too old, not a gray beard, well, even though I am getting some gray. But I always talk about the Vietnam generation because they were the best to me. I got to learn under a lot of them. And if you have the opportunity to sit down with a Vietnam vet, they'll tell you some stories and they'll give you it straight, man. Rebellious and looking for the acceptance not given by a post-Vietnam America. The things them guys went through coming home was pitiful. You can actually look at a lot of history videos and see what them hippies, leftists did to our soldiers returning home. Complete disgrace. And it was a disgrace how the U.S. government treated them. A lot of people I knew from that era, a lot of them died of Agent Orange or going through the effects right now. They were just treated terribly, the Vietnam vets. They didn't ask to go over there, but that's how your America back then treated people. That created an environment of brotherhood and support outside of mainstream society. Outlaw Motorcycle Clubs embrace the outlaw mythology and the role of anti-establishment rebels. And one thing, why I got a beef against Harley-Davidson is they rode with that image, but nowadays they forget who the hell, got them there, what image got them there. They changed like the wind, them people. They want Harley-Davidson to be plastered or referred to as we're the outlaw image. Maybe that's why you get a lot of these freaking rubs, or you get a lot of people that actually buy all their $100 freaking boots and all that stuff because they want that outlaw image. But I just wanted to bring that up. Equating the term outlaw with criminal is purely a law enforcement conception embraced by a sensationalized media. Boy, does D have that right there. He has it right, dead on, 100% bullseye. That is way law enforcement looks. And that's why we got the wall of shame now, because we're going to highlight them as they go after a small percentage of the guys in the club scene. And I always talk about that all the time. It's usually only a few people that can make everybody look bad. Well, it's the same for, officers, officer friendlies, Barney Fives, whatever you say. Yeah, we're going to highlight your own, and we have been every episode. Reality just does not justify the claim. Sure, there are criminals and felons in some outlaw motorcycle clubs, but no more so than law enforcement or most other large communities. In fact, more police officers are charged and convicted of felonies every year than members of outlaw motorcycle clubs, and members of outlaw motorcycle clubs have been heavily involved in the grassroots rights movement, consider civil liberties ranging from helmet choice to profiling. And I always ask people, are you a member of ABATE? Are you a member of MRF? Are you supporting your local coalition? If you don't want to go personally get involved, at least get a membership and help the cause that way. The courts, at least many outside of Texas, oh my God, Texas, man, it's still bad after all these years, do not agree with law enforcement attempts to equate membership with criminality or reasonable suspicion of criminality have been rejected. Motorcycle Club and their colors, including 1% or Outlaw Motorcycle Clubs, are forms of expression and association that are explicitly protected by the First Amendment to the U.S. Constitution. As you know, the appeal is going through with the Mongols over at the Ninth Circuit, I believe, something that's probably going to be decided at the Supreme Court. But yeah, they're trying to go after, club colors now when, you got a majority of the club that ain't into that stuff, and they still use that as an excuse to go after people. Many state legislators do not agree with law enforcement. The movement to end motorcycle profiling has been gaining momentum and is law in Washington state. Anti-profiling legislation unanimously passed the Maryland Senate. In 2015, nearly 20 states have passed laws or judicial determined that motorcycle-only checkpoints amount to illegal campaigns of selective enforcement. Legislators are beginning to see through the propaganda and place checks on law enforcement policies driven by discrimination. He says, see about the motorcycle profiling project. Right now, actually, with all this going on and the tide turning against law enforcement and stuff, I would say it's time to really hit on motorcycle club rights and biker rights. It really is the time, man. The reason the courts and many legislators disagree with law enforcement relates to the ideal of freedom of expression in a free society. Yes, we have a free society, people, Leo. Individuals should be judged by their own actions, not the actions of others, merely based on an association with that person. Individuals should not be targeted merely because of their appearance or membership in any organization. Remember McCarthyism. No individual should be target of law enforcement actions absent reasonable suspicion. He's got a great article. Let's go and skim down a little bit. I'm not saying that bikers rise to the historical level of importance of any of these examples. I am saying that the outlaw label has historically been applied to and embraced by many people fighting against discrimination and law enforcement abuse. Rock and roll, man. If you guys want to see the rest of the article, D has all kinds of articles on different situations that's happening all over the place. Again, if you were profiled, there's the 2020 National Survey. It's anonymous. You don't have to give your information. It's a survey to let people know about the profiling going on. So hit that. There's also videos and a lot of other stuff. Again, it's motorcycleprofilingproject.com. Let's move to our next one, man. And this is a great story right here. That just shows you, what D was talking about. Local motorcycle club celebrates seniors. By Carly John, staff reporter for the weeklycitizen.com. The Bayou Reapers MC and Lady Reapers SC out of DeRidder gifted local seniors as a way to give back to the class of 2020. Yeah, it's funny here, we got all these protests going on, but our class of 2020 graduates didn't get a freaking graduation. The hypocrisy actually really gets to you the way these politicians are, especially the leftists. The motorcycle clubs planned a community outreach program for local seniors as a way to show them that they were loved by the community in a program they called the Pound or hashtag Gifts for Grads. Local seniors from DeWitter to Pitkin were randomly selected by who has signs posted in their yards about having a 2020 senior and greeted by the club with gifts at their homes. You know, that is actually a cool thing. You know, I know cities around me are actually on the main streets, on the light poles, putting pics of the kids up with their accomplishment. But again, you know, they missed their proms. They missed 2020. I think the school district should make it up, man. Give them a freaking senior prom or something in the, you know, autumn and winter period. Quote, at our last meeting, it was unanimously voted out that we wanted to do some type of community outreach for our local seniors to just show them love for all the hardships and unfairness that they've endured. That was Chelsea Wilson, Lady Reaper's public relations officer. Chosen seniors were gifted with a visit from the Bayou Reapers MC and Lady Reapers SC, and gifted with baskets full of items purchased by the motorcycle clubs, as well as balloons and flowers. Quote, we met up and rode to each of their houses with a gift basket, flowers, and balloons. We knew that we wanted to give back to those seniors. Well, there you go, man. A shout out to the Bayou Reapers MC and Lady Reapers SC for getting it out there and helping the community. Rock and roll, man. Our next one has me going. I don't know how you can go to freaking Sturgis after this one. The Sturgis Council approves resolution to annex Jack Pine Gypsies. Yeah, this one out of the Rapid City Journal. Bonnet is the author of this one. Sturgis City Council voted to approve the public hearing for the annexation of the Jack Pine Gypsies properties 711 during its Monday meeting. Jack Pine Gypsy Motorcycle Club is located just outside of Sturgis, west of Highway 14. According to the resolution to annex the club, the city performed the study and found the property should be annexed and included in the city's boundaries to provide for the orderly growth and development of the city. Yes, you know, do I hear eminent domain coming in, or, you know, some tax money? You know, Sturgis was built by bikers, and these politicians are taking advantage of it. And the reason why is because you schlucks keep on going out to Sturgis every damn year and, you know, giving them that tax money. Unreal. Think about it before going now. Think about the Jack Pine Gypsies. A legal representative for the club spoke at the meeting, attempting to persuade the council to understand why annexation wouldn't help the city expand. Quote, if the club isn't going to expand or build residential structures, then how will annexation accommodate projected population group? He asked the council. It won't. The answer is it won't. He also raised the issue of taxes for the property. He said that if the Jack Pine Gypsies is annexed, he would advise his client to seek 501 classification, which would exempt the club from property taxes. Now, you can see the whole city meeting here if you come over to the YouTube channel or Facebook. Sturgis City Mayor David Ensley said the council isn't under any illusion that the property would be transformed into housing. He said the roadway is maintained by the city and emergency services are able to respond to the location, which is paid by Sturgis residences. Quote, this is about basic equity to ensure homeowners and others are treated fairly. He said those who receive the same services the club does pays for it. A council member later said if the annexation is approved after publication of the action, there is a 20-day window that would allow whoever to form a petition and seek signatures. During the meeting, the council also voted to approve the public hearing for the annexation of Murray properties. A special event licenses for Loud American for the community picnic and Sturgis Motorcycle Rally. As you see, they really depend on that rally to freaking keep themselves afloat for something like this. You know, come on, bikers, support them, will ya? That's one thing I always find troubling is bikers really don't support bikers in issues like this. Now, let's go to the wall of shame, shall we? Let's listen in. WPTV, a Fort Pierce police officer arrested accused of beating a man in custody at Longwood Regional Medical Center, and at least one other officer is under investigation.
A Fort Pierce police officer tonight turned himself into the St. Lucie County Jail. Officer Albert Eckroad is charged with felony battery, official misconduct, and falsely reporting the commission of a crime. Multiple sources tell us this incident happened back in February at Longwood Regional Medical Center. Longwood confirms there is hospital video of the incident, but investigators have not yet released that to the media. We have also confirmed at least one additional officer is being investigated. Eckroad has been on paid administrative leave since February.
Officer Albert Eckroad,
Connie Rodriguez,
you are now in the Hall of Fame. And we got one more for you. This one, a sick puppy, man, a sick puppy. A Fontana police officer has been arrested for allegedly raping a 16-year-old female. Nicholas Sean Stark, I hope they go medieval on you in jail. 28 is facing the charge of rape of a minor by intoxication. He was booked into the West Valley Detention Center on bail of $250,000. But, you know, down in Waco, they, you know, make you pay $1 million to get out of freaking jail, and most people didn't have nothing to do with it. According to officials, the crime occurred before Stark was hired by the Fontana Police Department. The San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department is assisting the FPD with their investigation. Any additional victims or anyone with information is urged to contact SID, Crimes Against Children. And you two buttholes are now in the Wall of Shame. Okay, before we go into my final thoughts on the news today, HarleyLiberty.com. Every day you get some biker news happening out there. Also, don't forget to subscribe on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I got a lot of stuff over on Instagram, Pinterest, and you can listen to Motorcycle Madhouse over on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and more. So we got a lot of news going on here, man. A lot of news. Didn't I tell you them cops were freaking freaks, man? 16 years old, really? You're 28? Come on, man. And, you know, Leo actually has the balls to go after Outlaw Motorcycle Clubs when you got your guys doing that type of stuff. You know, usually, you know, you hear some stuff going on in the clubs. It's a lot different than you freaks. A lot different than you freaks. I don't know what it is with that badge and all that stuff that makes you think you can do all these nasty deeds to women. Nasty deeds. You people need to get away from that blue wall crap and take care of business. Take care of business. This is nasty, man, nasty. And, you know, talking about you dorks, you know, bikers need to start understanding, man. You guys got to start sticking up for each other. You really do. Like this, you know, stuff that happened in Waco, you didn't have any hardcore protests going on. You did locally, but you know, nothing, you know, that was like you're seeing now. You know, 9 people died at Waco, and at the hands of law enforcement, they knew what was going on way before it happened. It could have been stopped, but they wanted to, you know, to go on because their budgets. It's all about budgets with these people. It's just insane. And nobody nationwide, you couldn't get anybody to come together. That just shows you how splintered the bike community is, man. You got club guys, you got your independents, then you got your rubs and everybody else that really don't care. You know, they just want the image, but they don't want to, you know, get involved, help out with anything. And again, join ABATE, will you? Or join MRF. At least give them the dues money to help fight for your rights. There's something I hate more than anything is when people get benefits off of others, man. It's sickening. So at least have some Goombas and get in there and help out with everything that's going on. The Jack Pine Gypsy situation, that kind of has me bugged because, again, it was bikers that built that damn thing. And here you got freaking people that are taking advantage of it. You know, you guys give them so much money, it's freaking unreal. And this is the outcome, man. They want to push on the Jack Pines, which has a long history with that rally. So it's kind of unbelievable that they're going that freaking route. One other thing that is kind of funny, you know, and it's just local news outside of the biker stuff, is do you hear Minnesota, Minneapolis, they want to defund the police departments? Man, that's going to be something to see how, if I were living there, I would, and you know what? I have big problems with Leo, but that's just stupid if you ask me. Just stupid, but that's the way, you know, they think. It's actually really, I don't get the way they think. Maybe you guys can tell me, man, because they're like, they don't have any basis in reality, these people. And again, for Christ's sakes, with the protests, man, it's getting kind of freaking old by now. It's really getting old. You know, we know who's behind it and stuff. They're actually paid, a lot of these people, by some big billionaires, but I won't go into that. But anyway, I have to go get some aloe vera because I'm burning up, man. I am burning up like a lobster right now, and it's mostly uncomfortable. So with that, I'll talk to you guys later.
I say goodbye, vamoose,
see you later.
Adios, ciao, so long, get your hat jack.
#1 internet biker radio show is now available on Spotify and all major platforms, including iHeartRadio, iTunes, Stitcher, and more. Don't forget to become a subscriber on any one of these platforms so you can be notified right away when our weekly episode is uploaded so you never miss an episode.
Hi, this is James Hollywood Machikari. Join our YouTube channel and get Motorcycle Madhouse and tons of videos related to the bikers. Join now by subscribing for free and become part of the crowd today. Always free and always entertaining. Don't forget to visit us at www.harley-liberty.com for your daily biker news. Rock on!